Hello and welcome to the SSL Cup quarterfinals. We're in the first leg of the best of two legs, where we have four teams, or rather two teams, from each of the four groups in the SSL Cup round robin that have advanced. We have four matchups today. We have Sao Paulo versus Inter London. We have Catalonia versus Buenos Aires. Schwarzwälder versus Reykjavik, Red Star Laos versus Hollywood. So a bit of a mix and match of competitiveness, being as we have both major league teams and minor league teams in this iteration of the SSL Cup. We have Sao Paulo facing Inter London first. So we have let's see, Sao Paulo came in second in Group B with 6 points, 2 victories and 1 loss. And Inter London came in second in Group C as well with 2 victories and 1 loss. Sao Paulo facing off against 2 other major league teams in the group, whereas Inter London faced off against 2 other minor league teams in their group. So London pulling off the biggest gain, or the biggest victories in that group to advance alongside Buenos Aires, who we will see in the next game. I'm doing the simming at the same time as I'm commentating right now, so it might be some moments of quiet while I am figuring things out here. But I hope you can bear with me. As for players to look for in this matchup, we have Owen 44, who's tied in 4th for goals scored, whereas Inter London has been not really showing any individual prowess, but as a team have been really well fit for the cup here. And we see Inter London getting the first highlight with some passing plays, but Mayhem intercepts the ball. But like I said, 0-44 on Sao Paulo is going to be the offensive threat here, as we see Häkkinen passing to Q with a through ball to Jerry, which Mayhem just picks up. And I believe that there is a mismatch here with the sound. Oh, 44 with an open breakaway, and Kerrigan saves it. Good positioning from Kerrigan there, push it out for a corner. Funyuns with the goal, with the corner kick, headed away, but Funyuns get the ball back. Brisky with another cross, headed out, and Q can get possession of the ball. The in-game sound is not really working for me right now. Hopefully, it will get back later into the video here with some of the later games. Relatively interesting first couple of minutes. Sao Paulo with the 2 chances there, and another one corner cross. Sorry, headed by 44 right into the arms of Kerrigan. Goes for a quick handout, and the clearance gets pushed back into Sao Paulo, and across 44. Shoots it, I believe, on a lying toastman. As Häkkinen drives it back up on the left-hand side, crosses it to Lavert, places back to Williams, and Q passes it to the opposing team. But Arasov was pushing it a bit hard on the through ball there. So Jerry is on the London side again, crosses it out for Manon, who can't get to the ball, and it's a Sao Paulo throw-in. Lots of chances this game. 10 minutes in, and we're already on the 5th highlight. Mayhem with a great header interception. Newman Can he find an open spot in the middle? He does, but Owen 44 heads it above the goal. There we go. Now I can show the match stats. Ansha just throws the ball away. Manon tries to get it over Ansha, but he heads it back. It's a lot of back and forth here. Funyun's pressing Kerrigan. Kerrigan with a long ball through Jerry, who gets it and shoots it into the goal. Jerry places himself behind the defender and gets the long ball in a position where there's no other defenders, and beats out Anderson on his left side. 1-0 to Inter London. It might be relevant to note here as well, in the cup, we have the 2 legs. It's an aggregate score. So the person, or the team rather, who wins by the most amount of goals in total along the 2 games is the one who advances to the semifinals. And Bull with a great chance, but Kerrigan is there to pick it up. Yes, aggregate scores, but we have a tiebreaker. So if there's the same amount of goals played or scored by both teams, then we have the what do you call it? We have a golden goal, and we have overtime, extra time. Sorry, that's the one. That's the term used in soccer, in football. Extra time to determine the winner. And a relatively interesting header there by Inter London, and Anderson had some issues with it, but it went behind for a goal kick. London coming up on the left-hand side again with Häkkinen, Q, back to Williams, to Millar. Levert finds finds a rushing Häkkinen, who crosses into Manon, who comes in from the right-hand side and just pushes into the open goal. Anderson did not cover that, could not cover the entire net. I mean, he's just one player. And Manon with a great rushing play to just tap it in. I think it was Ramirez who missed the covering of Manon there. London from the left-hand side again. Häkkinen, Jerry finds Levert, who tries a shot, but it's blocked by Sao Paulo. Maybe Sao Paulo can do something, and it's the highlight is over. Arasov with a great aggressive play finds Newman rushing in. Almost tucked it in on the left-hand side there, but just outside the goalpost. Newman came in free with the Kerrigan there. Bull to the open man. Oh, what happened there? Brisky with I don't know if that was a shot or if that was a cross, but 44 gets up in the air and heads it behind Kerrigan with a great deflection. Let's see here. Oh, Brisky with the header that 44 received and just deflected it into the open side of the net, while Kerrigan went to the right-hand side to try to, I guess, get Brisky's original header. So now it's 2-1 for Inter London, or in favor of Inter London. London again on the left-hand side. Williams, Häkkinen, Q. Ref, that looked like a penalty, but it seems like Brisky found the ball first before the player. But London keeps control of the ball. Gets it back to Kerrigan. Lexington with a great aggressive header to intercept that ball. Arasov on the right-hand side. Passes it into 44 to Funyuns, but shoots it right on the Inter London defender. And we're at halftime. Very even game so far. Sao Paulo with the more amount of shots, 5-4 on target. And the expected amount of goals is also greater. So it looks like Sao Paulo has had the better quality chances, but Kerrigan has really put in a great effort today, at least in the first half. Possession, Inter London has more possession. So if they can keep control of this game, maybe they can pull out a win away from home for the second leg. And we had no substitutions here for this game, so we're just starting off the second half. With Inter London getting the kickoff. They can do something here. Jerry finds Häkkinen, who is outrun by Brisky. But Anderson shoots the ball to Q, who then shoots the ball right back to Brisky, who finds 44 with an open run. Can he do anything? No, shoots it from a tight angle directly in Kerrigan's hands, who just deflects it away. Great run there by 44. And great runs by Toastman to intercept the angles. Another run by 44. Arasov finds him. Oh, ref? Yes, that's a penalty. Toastman went in a bit too rough there on 44. And Sao Paulo is awarded the penalty, which 44 is about to take. Steps up and places it securely in the open side of the net. Kerrigan just went the other way, and 44 gets his second goal of the game. Like I mentioned before, tied in fourth for the amount of goals in the cup, and just continues on this goal-scoring spree. It's a tie game. Häkkinen with an interception, but Brisky gets off a shot, and Kerrigan with a great reaction there to tip it wide for a corner kick. Funyuns coming in, and Mayhem. No, Smart is the one who cleared the danger. And Funyuns is offside. Inter London has the ball again. Playing a lot of short passes in the middle here. Gary with some runs to get it out to Manon on this right-hand side. Millar. You in the middle. Finds Levert. Jerry, and Manon is open and tries to get a shot in the corner, but it's wide. And it's a goal kick for Anderson. Bull with a cross to 44, who gets displaced of the ball, but Arasov tries a shot, and Kerrigan has to tip it out for a corner. Onions with the corner, tries to find Newman, but Smart heads it away. It looks like Sao Paulo is getting the most of the chances now in the second half. And the penalty, you can see there from the expected goals that Sao Paulo has really rushed away with it. 2.91 against 1 point something. And as 44 goes in, and Kerrigan tips it out. The expected goals, you get a lot of expected goals from a penalty. I believe it's relatively close to 1. So if any team gets a penalty, it's very lopsided expected goals after that. But even without it, I think Sao Paulo should be leading. Yeah, 2.22 or something like that if you remove the 1 against London's 1.52. But it's a tie game, so it's not about which goals are expected to go in, it's about which goals that are going into the net that matters. So Kerrigan has been pulling off a real good effort today so far. The 67th or 68th minute here. Bull crosses it in, a bit behind, but Arasov can find Brisky, who's rushing in, and can find 44, but great block by Toastman to put it out for a corner. Another corner for Funyuns. And Millar is the one who heads it out this time. Sao Paulo has been really getting dominant this second half, but haven't been able to. As Levert takes a shot that is blocked, but Sao Paulo hasn't been able to beat Kerrigan except for the penalty. It's still a tie game here, 2-2. Sao Paulo looks tired in the midfield. Funyuns and Arasov are on really low stamina here. Been running back and forth all game. As Inter-London gets it back, Jerry running. Still running. Gets to the handboards and crosses it to Manon, who heads it over the bar for a goal kick. Oh, we have an injury to Jeffrey Levert. I mentioned before that the Sao Paulo midfield has been running tired, and you can see here from Inter London as well that their majority of their team has been run ragged. The condition is very low, which increases the risk of injuries. So we have a substitution here. The bot is coming in place of Levert. And we're on the final minute of extra time. Nothing really interesting has happened in the final 10 minutes. And there goes the whistle. And Inter London gets away with a 2-2 draw. Away from home. Where Sao Paulo dominated the play. Got more shots. Almost double the amount of shots on target. In high quality chances. But if you have Kerrigan in net, that doesn't necessarily produce goals. So Inter London will be happy to get this, to take this back to London, and possibly create an upset. We have a major league team and a minor league team here that are in this first matchup. It'll be interesting to see how Inter London is. Maybe they'll change or keep at it. It looks like a successful formula, but maybe Sao Paulo needs to do something to try to get better scoring opportunities, or not better scoring opportunities, but take advantage of the better scoring opportunities that they have. Kerrigan is a tough goalkeeper to beat here, so it'll be interesting to see what will happen in the second leg. As we look through some of the statistics here, nothing really stands out. Jerry got 2 shots on goal, both on target. One of them went in. And Manon with the open net there from the corner, from the cross. Just a tap-in, simple tap-in. 0-44, getting 11 shots on on net. 63 on target and 2 of them in the net. Needs to make a bit more of those chances. But the Inter-London defenders were really good at blocking them, blocking the chances there, and cutting off the angles. So good job on the defense of Inter London. That was the first game, first quarterfinal, the first leg. And now we have another minor league and major league matchup, I think. Yes, we do. The graphics here are a bit in the wrong order, because now we have Laos facing off against Hollywood. Red Star Laos playing in the minor leagues, the Reykjavik United minor league affiliate, with Hollywood visiting them. Hollywood, who dominated last season's, as it was then, Division 2. So these two teams, they know each other relatively well from last season. Laos coming in Second in Group D with 1 win and 2 draws. So 5 points, 2 points ahead of the third place team, Athenai. And Hollywood winning that group. So we have a Group D matchup here in the quarterfinals as well. So Hollywood won that group with 7 points against 3 other minor league teams. So they dominated that group, and maybe they can pull off a victory here as well. I believe that the draw that Hollywood had, or one of the draws that Hollywood had, or one of the draws that Laos had, was against each other here. So nothing to pull them apart or separate them in the group stage. But now we will need to look at how they will match up in the quarterfinals, because we need a winner. It can't be a draw, well, except one of the legs can be a draw, as we saw in the first matchup here with Sao Paulo and London. Let's see. Hollywood in statistics, in the individual player statistics, have essentially dominated the leaderboards here, with Tiki Taka getting 7 goals, most assists. 2 of Hollywood players have 4. Gerard has 2 man of the matches, or player of the matches, which is league leading in the cup. Scud Muffin has the most shots with 27. Gerard again with the most passes. So Hollywood has been dominating statistics-wise in the group stage. And maybe they can get that back again against an opponent, a group opponent. But it's Laos now with the first chance, with the cross that is headed away. Norris gets it back to Goddamn, who passes it to Snooks, gets into Lopta, and Jarrow just kicks Lopta down, but the ref says it's we picked the ball first. No penalty. But Laos gets the ball back. Goddamn, rushing in, tries a shot, and Hall with a great save, reaching out to prevent. Who was the shot? I forgot. As Changshan gets a header in, a hard header in, but Hall is there to get the save. Lots of Laos now in the first couple of minutes. Hall making great saves as Joker comes in, but Valor dispossesses Joker very clean. Maybe Hollywood can counter here. Gerard to Muffin. I have no idea if that was a shot or a cross, but it became a cross to Liang Kuai, who just puts it into the open net. I believe Kanders was as surprised as I was, because that animation certainly looked like Muffin was going to shoot. But Liang Kuai gets an open and gets the ball and puts it in the net, and it's 1-0 Hollywood. Great cross by Scud Muffin there. Gerard with the corner, and Mertz heads it away to Liang Kuai. Another cross, Muffin with the header, and Kanders just gets to the ball and gets it out for another corner. Gerard, Mertz again heading it out. Valor coming in, crosses it, tries to find someone, but Mertz is the player on the ball there and heads it out. Knezevic with a cross tries to find Lopta, but Possible is there to head it out. Knezevic again blocked, but Laos retains possession. Out to Joker. Knezevic passes it back to Norris again, and nothing happens. Amends tries the long ball to Tato, but Jarrow is there to pick it up. Short passes out to Liang Kuai. Back to Jarrow. Costanza tries to run with it. Passes it to Valor, gets it back. Passes it back to Hall. A long ball to Gerard, who heads it down to Muffin and tries to find Taka. And Taka just shoots it right on the goalkeeper. And Taka's offside, so free kick to Laos. Knežević tries to beat two Hollywood defenders. Passes it into Joker. Tries to find Goddamn, who passes it out to Knežević with a tight angle, and Hall deflects it out for a corner. Lopta with the corner. Straight to Jero, who just heads it out, but Lopta gets the ball back. It's a lot of Hollywood players now in the box. Not a lot of open spaces for Laos to make use of the ball. And the highlight is over. Hollywood still leading 1-0. As Lightning just tucks it in for 2-0 lead. Lightning was allowed to take his time in the penalty box there, and could just curl it into the corner. Lots of players in front of Canders. Maybe couldn't see the ball. Was a bit late in reaction in reacting, and it's 2-0 for Hollywood. Hollywood retains possession after the corner, but now loses it to Laos, who can maybe counter. Gets it to Lopta. Tato heads it down. Lopta rushing in, tries to find Tato again, but there is Jaro. Heads it out. Joker, Knežević with a header and tries to find a rushing Lopta, but Possible is there before. Possible tries a slide tackle. Lopta and Goddamn puts it in. 2-1. Laos has come back. Possible being put out of the position there from the slide tackle, and Goddamn finding the channel in between Gerard and Jaro and Costanza to get the open lane, and just places it in on the left-hand side of Hall. It's a 1-goal game again. Hollywood with the corner. Snooks tries to, or heads it off. But Hollywood retains possession. Possible rushing in from the right-hand side. Tries a cross. Muffin gets his head to it, but just heads it right into the arms of the keeper. Another corner for Hollywood. Lots of corners now. And it hits a crossbar. Costanza got way high on that header and just heads it with power, but just a tad lower it needed to be. It just hits the crossbar and gets out. And we're at halftime. Hollywood definitely with the dominance in the first half of the first half, but then Red Star coming back and getting that 1-2 goal, cutting the lead by 1 again. Otherwise, relatively even between the two teams. Lots of corners and free kicks for Hollywood there, but otherwise, very even matchup. We see Red Star has a bit more shots outside the box, whereas Hollywood has a lot of shots. I believe it's within 6 meters. The small line there. I can't remember the small box. But closer chances, more high danger chances, and you can see that from the expected goals as well. That there is a favor to Hollywood in that regard as well. We have no substitutions in this matchup either, so we'll just get straight into the second half with Laos with the kickoff. And they just give it away to Hollywood, and the highlight is over. Lots of positive moods there for Hollywood, as they want to try and keep their lead in the second half here. Laos coming in on the left. Goddamn and Mertz linking up. Oh, some quick passes, and possible with the break there. To maybe get a good countering opportunity. Taka tries to find rushing Liang Kuai. Gets it back from Liang Kuai into the box and pass it to Liang Kuai again. And tries to find Maradona, Nagatore Maradona, but Kanders is there to deflect the ball out for a corner. Great passing play there between Taka and Liang Kuai. A corner goes out to Muffin on the left-hand side and just shoots it off of Goddamn for another corner on the other side of the pitch. Gerard with the corner here. Muffin and another crossbar. Hollywood with another close call there. Hits the crossbar again and just bumps out. And Laos just clears it. Arrow picks up the clearance. Passes it back to Hall. Relatively dangerous pass there in the air. But Hall manages to keep it down and sets it back up for a play. Lots of short passes here in the midfield. Nagatoro Maradona, Valor tries to find Liang Kuai, who passes it to Possible with open space. Muffin linked up on the header, but didn't get a good enough angle on it and heads it out for a goal kick. Costanza finds a rushing Liang Kuai, who tries to, I don't know what that was, a long shot, but did not hit the net. So it's a goal kick. Lots of high pressure here from Hollywood. Not giving Laos defenders some time to think about what they want to do. But they got it out, and Lopta, Goddamn, and Clemens taps it in for a tie game, 2-2. Great amount of short passing here between Lopta, Goddamn, who finds the rushing Clemens just behind Gerard there and just tucks it in onto the open side. All cannot cover the entire net. Great link-up play there between Lopta and Goddamn and Clemens. A free kick by Lopta, who's headed away. Clemens picks up the ball. Knežević back to Joker. Knežević again, back to Joker. Tries to find someone who's open, but it goes back to Kanders. Finds Mertz. Yangshan out to rushing Lopta. Finds Snooks coming in, cutting in. Yangshan again. Knežević with the shot. Oh, it hits. I think that hit the crossbar and bounced off of Hall. And the Hollywood defenders just have to clear it. Great shot there by Knežević. Oh, Nagatoro Maradona with secure tackle. And Tato. Oh, Tato. Great move there to get away from the defender and just places the shot one-on-one in the corner of the Hollywood net. Tato just being so agile and just moving away from Costanza with quickness. And Hall had no chance to get that ball. So much space for Tato there to just place it in for Laos lead. Are we going to see another minor league upset or major league upset, depending on the way you phrase it or the way you view it? Laos is now leading 3-2 in the 83rd minute. Hollywood with Valor going to find Taka rushing in. That cross went to just Joker. But the clearance was just given away again. Valor back to Costanza. Finds Gerard. Costanza to Valor. Lightning tries to go out for to Possible. Oh, and possible with the corner to Muffin and heads it, and Canders just punches it away. Good plays there. Gerard with the corner, and Mertz with a firm-headed clearance. Laos in the offensive zone. Nezevich, goddamn. Nezevich again, Changchan. Nukes with a cross to Joker, was open. Lots of players in the box. Passes it back to Knezevic, finds Joker in the middle, gets Snooks, who's rushing, and I don't know, shoots somewhere straight onto a Hollywood defender. And Taka with the counterattack, rushing in. And Mertz with a great interception. You had Muffin. Taka tried to find Muffin there on the opposing side of the box. Mertz blocked that chance. And Mertz headed it away again. And Jero slide tackles and removes the chance for a counterattack from Laos. We're moving into the final minute of extra time. Red Star still leading, needs to hang on. Nezevich finds Joker with lots of open space, and the referee blows the whistle. Red Star Laos takes the first game. 3-2. But it's not about who wins the most amount of games, it's about how many goals you win. So Hollywood, back at home next leg, is only 1 goal away. Needs to win by 2 to take it to the semifinals. But Laos really worked the second half, getting more shots on target, maybe not as many high quality chances as Hollywood did. Lots of shots on the outside edge of the box for Laos, as we can see here in the shot map, compared to Hollywood, who has a lot of shots essentially in front of the keeper. But Canders, it says here Canders struggled to perform, but I think given the amount of chances that Hollywood got, Canders really pulled off a couple of great saves here, nonetheless. Lots of good running plays from the attacking midfielders here on Laos' side, with Clemens, Lopta, and Goddamn linking up for 2 of the 3 goals, with Tato getting the 3rd one. Hollywood as well got relatively good performances out of everyone in the team. Just didn't manage to put the ball away. Especially Scud Muffin, who had 7 shots with 42% on target. Maybe you want some more shots on target, but still, I think that would be 42% of 7. Should be 3 shots on target, and one of them didn't go in. He didn't have a goal. It was an assist. Okay. So maybe Tato needs to hone in a bit of the hitting the ball. No, not Tato. Scud Muffin. Sorry. Scud Muffin needs to maybe make more use of his chances for the next game, in order for Hollywood to pull off a victory there in the return leg. But another great game. Lots of chances going both ways. Lots of great saves as well from Hall and Canders throughout. Very difficult to score. And we move into the third matchup here. We have Catalunya versus Buenos Aires. So we have 2 major league matchups here now coming up, with Catalunya and Buenos Aires, and Schwarzwälder and Reykjavik. First go to Barcelona, with Catalunya hosting Buenos Aires. A battle between the 2 Spanish-speaking teams here. Catalonia coming in second in Group A, just on goal differential, missing out on the win there against Schwarzwälder. Schwarzwälder winning the group with a goal differential of 3, whereas Catalonia had 1, both on 6 points. And Buenos Aires winning Group C with 9 points, 3 clear victories, and only allowing 1 goal on these 3 games. It was against 3 minor league opponents, so this will maybe be the first real competition that they will face. Although, that being said, Inter London, who came in second in that group, actually just tied with Sao Paulo. So Inter London was maybe putting off a good fight in the group stage as well. But Buenos Aires will certainly meet another set of talent here now in the quarterfinal, meeting Catalonia. They've also played in the major leagues. I can't remember what the last score was, but it certainly is a matchup that both of these teams know very well. Let's see who pulls out on top now in the first leg. As Kennedy rushes in on the right-hand side. Long cross to McFlopface, gets back to Kennedy, tries to find Rising, but Lin just clears the ball for a throw-in. Jeeves with, I don't know if that was a cross from Bradford, but it went to no one. But Buenos Aires gets back retention of the ball. Oak down to Lind, Vandersloth, Brukspatron, finds Telly, tries to find a rushing Bradford, but Kennedy is there to intercept. And we have a counterattack from Catalonia. Kennedy along the sidelines, tries to find a Maple, finds Ramos with a cross, and Oak down gets the header made from Staines. A good save there. Vandersloot gets dispossessed by Miller, finds Staines rushing in, open space, tries to shoot it. Oak down just deflects the ball out in a dangerous situation, but the defenders clears the ball, and Buenos Aires gets control of possession. Jeeves rushing into open space, finds a cross. A header from Vandersloot, I believe, but Gunnarsson is there to make the secure save. Jeeves to Brukspatron, finds Telly. Bradford. Intercepted, blocked shot, and then a blocked cross. So Buenos Aires has a corner. Vandersloot, quick or short corner, but Ramos is there to head the ball out. Vandersloot gets the ball back, rushes in, tries to find an open space, finds a cross. And Edwin Vandersloot, I believe, no, that was the one who did the cross. I didn't see who made the header, but it was just over the bar. Jeeves again with speed. McFlopface is actually keeping up. Finds a long cross to Labovic, who heads the ball above the goal again. Knight picks up a yellow card in the 14th minute. Needs to be careful now. He doesn't get another. Lind, Brukspatron, Labovic. Knight to Brukspatron rushing. Can he find an open man? Torres, Vandersloot. Great block by Tenderloin on the shot by Vandersloot. Brukspatron back to Guevara. Brukspatron finds Torres. Is anyone open? Telly is open. And Gunnarsson with a great save. Bradford with a great through ball there to a rushing Telly. Vandersloot with a corner. Brukspatron with the header, and Gunnarsson with the save. Torres to Telly. Bradford rushing behind Kennedy. Passes it back to Jeeves. Bradford to Telly. And Gunnarsson saw that all the way and picks up the shot. Knight, Torres, Telly. A long ball back to Oaktown. Lind, Vandersloth. Brukspatron pushes it away, tries to outrun Ramos. Finds Knight rushing. Knight with, I don't know, very short angle, and I believe that maybe was a shot, but it just goes out for a goal kick. And we're seeing nothing. Okay, that was a very boring last couple of minutes and a half. Nothing really happened there. Buenos Aires definitely with the dominance, with the most amount of shots. Not a lot of them actually hitting the net, unfortunately, but very high danger chances. Catalonia just getting off to 4 shots, with 3 in relatively high danger chances. But Oaktown managed to save or deflect them all. Possession-wise, we've seen Catalonia getting off more of the possession, 54 against 46%. But the shots on target has definitely been, or rather the shots have been in favor of Buenos Aires, but the shots on target are relatively even, with 43 in favor of Buenos Aires. A relatively even game. Buenos Aires cannot hit the net for the life of them. And Catalonia gets their chances, but hasn't been able to put them away. And we're actually going to see a substitution for Catalonia coming in here into the second half. We have Rafael Ramos stepping off and John Garfield stepping in into, I believe it was a central midfielder position, if I remember what I did just now. Correct. Yes, Garfield is now the right central midfielder in place of Ramos. Maybe he can bring some energy to the game and give some highlights, so we can see if this tie can be broken in some way. Knight tries to cross directly on Staines, and now there's a rush for the ball. Müller just stops running, and Brukspatron gets it. Lin just throws away the ball back to Catalonia and gets it back from a long goal kick. Guevara heads it, or gets it to Telly. Tries to find a rushing Torres, but Juliusson is there to intercept the ball. Lots of tight passes there from the defenders of Catalonia. And at the end of the day, it just goes to Buenos Aires. Jeeves finds a lot of space, finds Torres, blocked shot, and a header right into the hands of Gunnarsson. We still have a tie game. And we have an injury. Floppy McFlopface is injured and needs to be subbed out with the super sub bot that we have for all teams. So the right-hand side now is, as Maple finds the ball, tries to chip it, and Guevara just blocks him, puts himself in front of the ball and blocks it out for a throw-in. Great. I believe that was Garfield finding Maple with that run. Maybe it was Kennedy. Can't remember. Sometimes this game goes very fast. Guevara finds Jeeves in space, passes it into Telly. You've got a lot of rushing people, and Torres gets to the ball, and Gunnarsson was stripped of the ball. Torres, with a very tight angle, just shoots it into the side netting. So nothing comes off of that chance. And once again, the second part of the half is just being simmed. No real highlights. Maybe Catalonia can do something here in the 84th minute. Garfield, no, gets stripped of the ball. Torres with a long shot that just goes wide. Gunnarsson tries a TV save, but no need. Kennedy clears the ball to just Guevara, gets it back to Telly. Labovic heads it on to Tenderloin, who just clears the ball again. Lind picks up the ball. Knight to Labovic. Passes it in to Vandersloot to Russian Torres, who shoots it right at Gunnarsson, who just deflects it in. Out. Great save by Gunnarsson there. Vandersloot with the corner. Juliusson heads it out. Lind picks it up, finds Guevara. And the highlight is over. Gunnarsson making some great saves there, as Buenos Aires has really put on a shooting show now. But final minutes of extra time, or a couple of minutes left in extra time. Can Catalonia do something here? Oh, Vandersloot steps onto Miller, but ref says nothing. Finds Telly, finds Torres into the box. Jeeves, no. Jeeves wants to find someone in the box. Bradford finds Telly, finds back to Jeeves. There's too many players between him and the goal. And it's a goal. Bradford. Lots of pinball effects there from the goal, and Bradford just shoots it in the net. What happened? There's so many players there. Jeeves tries to find a cross. It bounces off of Kennedy, off of Tenderloin, right to the feet of Bradford, who just shoots it in off of Gunnarsson. The reaction time needs to be, it couldn't have been easy to get off any reaction there for Gunnarsson. And Bradford makes Buenos Aires take the lead. 1-0. Catalonia needs to really do something now. Final minute of extra time. Stains, and the cross is headed back to Oakdown. Brukspatron, Vandersloot, Knight. Catalonia needs something here. Wins. And the ref blows the whistle for full time. And Buenos Aires gets off a win in Barcelona, 1-0. Buenos Aires had the majority of the chances. I don't think, if I remember correctly, Catalonia had 3 shots on target in the first half and 3 shots on target now after the second half. So nothing really happening in the second half offensively for them. They had a couple of chances, but it looks like they missed the net, essentially. And the expected goals for Buenos Aires is a lot higher than Catalonia. So a lot of more high danger chances. And Gunnarsson is playing out of her mind. Lots of great saves there from Gunnarsson to keep Catalonia in the game and in the matchup. As we mentioned before, it's an aggregate over 2 legs, so Catalonia just needs to win by 2 next game as they head off to Buenos Aires, as they head off to Argentina for the second leg. Looking at the shot map, there's a lot of shots from Buenos Aires, relatively close to goal. And like you mentioned, Gunnarsson, one of the best performers of the game. 7 saves from those 10 or 8 shots. Saves held, right? Because Football Manager counts saves parried differently. So 10 saves from the 11 shots on target, with 7 of those actually being held by Gunnarsson. That's a really good performance. Catalonia maybe being hampered by the injury on McFlopface there, as the right-hand side maybe wasn't as effective, as dangerous as it was with McFlopface on the pitch. Hoping to have a fully healed squad and a fully non-injured squad for the entire game in the next leg. Ask Jeeves picking up the player of the match with lots of crosses and lots of defensive interceptions as well. 5 interceptions and 8 clearances. That's a very good defensive performance from a usually very offensive-minded wingback. And with picks up the assist, if you mentioned the offensively minded there, picks up the assist on the Bradford goal, as we saw the ball pinball a bit in the penalty box before Bradford just kicks it in. But Buenos Aires must be happy with this, going back to Argentina with a 1-0 lead in the quarterfinal matchup. Catalonia been saved by a lot of defensive prowess from Gunnarsson. Maybe it can help them again, as it was a 93rd minute goal from Bradford that made Buenos Aires take the lead and the win. Final matchup now for this first leg of the Cup quarterfinals. We have Schwarzwälder hosting Reykjavik, a European matchup with Schwarzwälder being German and Reykjavik being Icelandic. Schwarzwälder won Group A, as we mentioned before, with a goal differential over Catalunya, and Reykjavik winning all 3 games in the Group B with a goal differential of 10 and 1 and winning that group very securely. They've also gone and led, or now they have a stable lead in the major leagues as well after last night's game. So Reykjavik will certainly be the team to beat, as Schwarzwälder hopes to win, or at least keep the goal differential down to a couple of odd goals so that they maybe can pull off an upset in Reykjavik in the second leg. But let's see here. Who gets out on top? Reykjavik with the kickoff. I believe Reykjavik is wearing their third kits with a great Aurora gradient representing the Northern Lights here. As Letizier gets a corner in and Chicken just heads it into Saransal's hands. Oh, we don't see anything. And Schwarzwälder gets back the ball. Dian, Plink, Zeruni, back to Schenkinger. Lots of short passes now. Maybe to find a way to get it to a rushing Tucker, but it just gets the ball to Reykjavik. Reykjavik, Andrews with a good cross, long cross to Itler Abara Lunga, or casual, easier to say, and just shoots it wide. No real danger there for Saransaral. Saransaral. Yeah, something like that. Andrews with a cross, Schenkinger with a great block. Out for a corner. Letizier to take the corner. And just finds Schwarzwälder. Heads and Peterson with the clearance. And Schwarzwälder with the potential counterattack. Dian tries to find Tucker. Tries to find Gintonic, who's rushing in. And tries to chip the ball, and Sterling just teleports back and forth. And it goes out for a goal kick. That looked very weird. But Gin Tonic finding that open space. Andrews getting dispossesses Schenkinger, tries to find space. Saransaral with a great save. Great play there by Andrews to get the ball back. Llewellyn heads the ball out. Reykjavik gets control of possession. Scarpetta to Scarpetta. Bobby tries to find someone open. Chicken's open, but the shot just gets right to Saransaral. Saransatsral. Heads it or shoots it to Tucker, finds an open lane, but just blasts it too far out, too far away from the goal. Maybe if this was American football, that would have been a field goal, but alas, it is not. Reykjavik gets dispossessed by Peterson, but gets the ball back. Letizier on the right-hand side. Into Rashford, long ball to Casual. And Plink just steps in front of the shots and blocks it away. Tucker out to Whittington. Wellin to Dian to Whittington. Krustis. Whittington coming in with space, finds a rushing Tucker, and Sterling cuts off the angle and just blocks it out or deflects it out. Whittington just throws it right to Reykjavik. Where they can counter. Chicken with some speed finds Rashford, who passes back to Bobby, to Rashford with Andrews to speed. And Saransatsral with a great save again. Andrews really liking to shoot it on the left side of the goal, and Saransatsral is there always to get that ball. It's a throw-in for Reykjavik. And no more highlight. Instead, Gin Tonic rushes in, tries a shot, and just goes over the bar. Another field goal in American football, but alas, we're not playing that. Sterling with the long ball. Casual gets it up, but just heads the ball right to the defenders. Clearance is picked up by Reykjavik. Ladiver to Chicken. And great save by Saransaral, but the rebound is too far away, and Bobby just pushes it in to the open net. Great first save there by Saransaral. As Ladiver crosses it to Chicken. Great shot. Llewellyn slide tackles it out to Bobby, who just... There's too much open net there. No chance for the keeper to get to that. And it's 1-0 Reykjavik. Tonic finds Tucker, who passes it to Scarpetta. Roberto Scarpetta, I believe. Long ball to Chicken. Passes it back to Ladiver. To Jure. To Letizier. Finds Andrews, back to Letizier. Cross. And a header right into the woodwork. Bobby with a heavy header that just too high. And nothing comes of the Schwarzwälder counterattack. Chicken finds Bobby with some space. Tries to find a rushing Rashford, but passes it right to Schenkinger. Schenkinger with the great interception. Krustis Jr. to a rushing Gin Tonic, who has a lot of space. And just places it into the corner. I don't know if Sterling wanted to do something to make his life harder, but he put his back towards the goal, or put his back towards the shooter. Gin Tonic coming in with lots of space, and Sterling just moves backwards. Maybe wanted to put some mental what do you call it? Maybe wanted to scare or to stumble Gin Tonic, but Gin Tonic is an experienced player. Just shoots it into the open net, and it's a tie game. As Schwarzwälder has the ball again, Gin Tonic finds a open space with Tucker, and Tucker places it in on the right-hand side of Sterling, and it's 2-1. It's too quick in succession, and Schwarzwälder now has the lead. The home fans must be ecstatic as they've turned the game around. It's 2-1. Gin Tonic with a great pass there to find the rushing Tucker. And Casual gets... It's off the crossbar. Casual tries to chip the keeper. Very cheeky. And doesn't get rewarded. Just hits the crossbar. Lots of great chances on both sides here. And Gin Tonic heads it away to Krustis. And Rashford gets in rough on Krustis. Just gets warned by the ref here. Needs to be... as Casual hits the woodwork again. Great setup play there by Chicken and Bobby to give a chance for Casual, but Casual just hits the bar. Oh, it's a tie game. Andrews gets a long cross. Saran Sasral misplaces the ball or thinks he can pick it up, but it goes over his head, and Andrews just outpaces Peterson and just taps it in to the open net. There's no one there. Great cross by Lediver there to find the rushing Andrews. And it's a tie game in the first half. Lots of goals. Maybe Schwarzwälder can do something here in the final minutes. Tucker to Ure to Rashford. And it's halftime. Very, a lot of chances in the first half. A total of 3 expected goals on both sides. Lots of shots from Reykjavik, lots of shots from Schwarzwälder, lots of high danger shots from both teams. And it's 2-2. It is 2-2. It's a tie game. Gin Tonic with the goal and assist. In these minutes where they turn the game around, and then Andrews with the late goal in the first half to tie the game again. No substitutions here either, and we have started the second half. Now it doesn't really matter if the game ends 3-3 or 2-2 or 0-0, as the aggregate doesn't take into account away goals as it has done in previous iterations of the Cup. This is a change that we have made this season. So Reykjavik doesn't necessarily have to score too many goals today to give them a better chance at home. It's essentially who wins in both legs, just plain aggregate. And if it's tied, it's extra time in the second leg. Gin Tonic finds a lot of open space, but shoots the ball wide with his left foot. I believe he's right-footed, so not the primary foot, and I guess the accuracy is correlated to that. Schwarzwälder again. Gin Tonic finds a rushing Krustis. Sterling with a great save to push it out for a corner. Sterling rushing out to really cut off the angles. And Krustis Jr. with no real chance of a shot. And the header as well. Over the goal, and it's a goal kick. Schwarzfelder on the counterattack. Nope. Passes it back to the keeper. Schwarzfelder taking their time. Dian to Tucker to Gin Tonic. Finds an open Whittington. Can he cross? Dian on the grass, and Sterling just deflects it wide for a corner. Peterson with the corner, and Scarpetta heads it away. Bobby gets a lot of space, tries to shoot, and just goes wide. Not a lot of curl on that ball there. Scarpetta to his brother, Scarpetta. Ure passes it right on Dian, and Dian gets the ball. Gin Tonic tries to control possession now for Schwarzfelder. Tries to slow down the game a bit to try to find the chances. Passes back to Saranzazal. To Schenkinger. To Peterson. Rustis. And now with some speed maybe, finding Tucker. And Sterling with a great save on Tucker's shot. Pushing it out for another corner for Schwarzfelder. Peterson with the cross, and Scarpetta heads it away. Letizier, Reykjavik's corner. And Peterson clears it off the line. Good thing they have a man marking the far post. That would have gone in otherwise. Peterson with a great save, keeping the game tied. And Schwarzfelder with the next highlight. Levelen, Plink to Dian. Bobby pressing. Needs to get it back to the keeper. To Zeruni on the left-hand side now. Gin Tonic in the open space in the middle. Tucker. Gin Tonic with some speed. Krustis back to Tucker. He tries a shot, and Sterling needs to save it, and it didn't go out for a corner. The ball is still in play. Looks like all of the players just didn't want to play anymore. But no whistle went. The ball was still in play. Schwarzfelder again. Dian to Levelen. Whittington. Back to Levelen. Plink, Tucker. Schenkinger. Peterson. And Peterson passes it to Rashford. Now maybe a counterattack by Reykjavik. Chicken finds some space. Gets to the byline. Crosses it to Casual. Back to Letizier. Back to Rashford. Schwarzfelder is back, defending. Can Reykjavik find some space? Ure to Casual. And no offside. So Casual would have been free there, but great block by the defenders on Schwarzfelder. Lediver? Yeah. Rashford, Letizier. Tries a shot, but it's over the bar. Another field goal. I believe it's 6-3 in field goals in favors of Reykjavik, if I remember correctly. Dian picks up the header. Tucker tries to curl it in, but it's offside. Tucker is offside. So nothing would have come of that. Letizier with the corner. And it's crossbar. Casual hits the crossbar again. Lots of woodwork. And it's a goal kick for Schwarzfelder. Saranzazral must really be happy with his posts and crossbar this game, as Casual has hit it, I think, 3 times now. Another cross, and Casual heads it wide this time around. Maybe needs to hone in his accuracy a bit. Both the crossbar and the being wide of the net. But it's a wrong side. Casual wants to hit. A long ball to Chicken. Finds Ure. Oh, Chicken is offside. Chicken is offside. And we're into extra time, and there's only going to be 1 minute of extra time. And Tucker is now offside. So the final minute here, as Tucker tried to disrupt Scarpetta's free kick taking. And there goes the full-time whistle. And it's a tie game. Lots of chances both ways. Expected goals of 3.11 to 1.88. 12 shots versus 8. But 2 went in on both sides of the pitch. So both teams, it's essentially going to come down to the next game. The winner of next game will advance to the semifinals. Lots of shots from both sides. Reykjavik having a bit more shots closer to the net, but Saran putting off a show, saving 10 shots this game. And Reykjavik's goalie Scott Sterling as well, saving 6 shots on target. The diver picking up the player of the match with some great defensive plays. And then we have Roberto Scarpetta with 24 clearances. And the brother Claudio Scarpetta with 17 clearances. So lots of defensive work done by the Reykjavik center backs. And Carl Schenkiger getting 14 clearances. And lots of interceptions throughout for the entire Schwarzwälder team here. But lots of great chances going both ways. A very exciting game here, and that's it's interesting. It will be interesting to look towards the second leg. And as I said before, the winner of that leg is the one who is going to advance to the semifinals. So both teams will want a great performance back in Iceland. So 4 games in this first leg of the quarterfinals. We had Sao Paulo not beating. We had Sao Paulo tying Inter London 2-2 with some late goals Sao Paulo being down 2-0 and getting back to tie game by 2 goals from Owen 44. Then we had Red Star pulling off an upset against Hollywood at home, winning 3-2. With a late winner by Potato. And then Buenos Aires winning against Catalunya with an extremely late winner from Jake Bradford. The pinball there with the cross from Jeeves hitting 2 Catalunya defenders before dropping in front of Bradford, who just shot it in. No time to react for Gunnarsson in Catalunya's goal. And then the final game here with lots of chances going both ways. Schwarzwälder with 2 quick goals to get the lead 2-1, and then Henry Andrews in the first half getting the final say and tying the game 2-2. Sterling and Saran with lots of great saves in this game, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens in the second leg. Very even matchups, 2 games with no goal differential, 2 games with a 1 goal differential. And next leg, we switch home teams. So London, Hollywood, Buenos Aires, and Reykjavik are going to be playing for their home crowd. Maybe it's a benefit to get this 12th man or 12th person to make them succeed or make them win the game. Or maybe it's a stress moment or a stress factor to they have the pressure of the home team crowd that they need to win or that they need to succeed. We will see when the next leg comes up who will actually advance to the semi-finals. I've been your commentator and simmer here today, Canadus, and I will see you on the back end of things next time.